Do you always have to use fancy graphics and images in your newsletter emails if you're an e-commerce business? A lot of people might say, yes, it's got to be attractive. It's got to look good. Well, I agree with that, but there is another way that you can do it that's a whole lot simpler. So let's get into it. Hey, I'm Rod and welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. Today's video, I want to talk about email newsletter campaigns. Now, I've spent a lot of time around e-commerce and e-commerce business owners, and most people tend to think that when they send out emails, they need to really look pretty. They've got to have lots of images, and that's really just the way that you do it. But I think there are times where you can do things simpler and actually better, especially if you've got a business that's quite heavily associated with the business owner as part of their brand. So let's jump on the computer and I'll show you a bit more of what I mean by that. So there's just a couple of example emails here. You can see that one's actually not particularly image heavy. And here's another one, more images there. Here's another one. So they're making use of product images quite a bit. Let's see if we can find another one. Here's another one from Carming Co. Once again, quite a few images there, although there is some text there from customer reviews. Anyway, you get the idea. So here we are in Klaviyo in our client account. And I just want to point you to the open rates here. So this is the initial campaign and that's the resend. Now I talk about resends in another video, so go and check that out. But this is the initial send to the entire list. So 60% open rate, 52%, 47%, pretty high open rates. Now I'm going to show you what's actually in the email. So here's one example. As you can see, there's a lot of text in here. There is actually an image at the top and it's signed off by the founder. So it looks very personal. And the open rates are really high. I'll show you one more example. So this one is actually a flow email. As you can see, all we have is the logo and the rest of it is just plain text. And the open rate on that email is 54%. So what's the learning here? Well, it's experiment. Try out emails that aren't image heavy, that don't require a lot of effort to produce, and go with something more personal. I've tested this with a number of different clients, where the founder was still very strongly associated with the business. They're kind of like the face of the business. And I think when there's that association with the brand and the founder, then using emails that are like they came from the founder, that are more personalized, actually carry a lot more weight than an email that's been produced by a professional graphic designer. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button and click subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Let me know if this is something that you've experimented with yourself. Did you get better open rates? Were they as good as before? Were they not as good as before? Drop a comment below. I'm interested in hearing your feedback. That's all for today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one.